Hi, I'm Andy Gritz. I'm here with Matthew Staikos, who has been doing HTML and WebKit development for the last 10 years, and he knows everything that there is to know about HTML5. Matthew, so how does HTML5 work in the car? Why would you want HTML5 for automotive?
I think the most important reason for HTML5 in automotive is that it creates opportunities for OEMs by allowing them to focus on the business models rather than on the implementation details of their infotainment systems.
Okay, but isn't that really kind of focused on mostly high-end systems that can really support HTML5, or how do you deal with that?
Not necessarily. You can actually run web and HTML5 on various levels of hardware. If you look at the smartphone market, for instance, we can run on lower-end hardware as well as high-end hardware. The difference comes in when you try to run things like smooth animations or advanced technologies such as WebGL. You need the hardware support for those features.
Sure. So I guess it makes sense that if you want to put something on a lower end device, you just, eliminate some of the animations, make the HMI a little bit simpler then.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Okay, but what about memory usage? HTML5 is often accused of being really, heavy in terms of memory usage. What can be done about that?
A lot of that depends on what content you're loading, but at the same time, we spend a lot of time optimizing the implementations that we have to make sure that they run really well in those low memory types of environments.
Sure, and of course that's something that you guys are very familiar with, having taken a lot of those changes into WebKit, right?
Absolutely. We've spent the last 8 years working on lots of different platforms, from mobile phones to other embedded systems, doing a lot of optimizations for things like fast panning and scrolling, fast animations, fast page load times, optimal use of memory and processor, which is really important in automotive. We don't want to be consuming more power than we need to be.
Okay, excellent. So let's just take a little bit of a different tact, and I'll just ask about, what do you think HTML5 does for the App Store or the App Store experience? Does that remove the need to have an App Store?
It's an interesting question. I think that what it will do is actually augment the existing App Store experience right now. So right now you go into the App Store and you get basically a native app and you can install it. With HTML5 you have choices. You can use a technology like PhoneGap or WebWorks, and you can package your web application and put it into an App Store just like you would a native application. But because it's web-based, you also have the option to do everything just in the web or just in the cloud. And you can have that application be brought in through a website. It can install itself as an offline app using HTML5 technology, and it can update itself on the fly. So you really have different options when you're dealing with HTML5.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much, Matthew. It's been really great.
Thank you. It's like WebGL and those types of things.
Sorry, I don't have my phone turned off.
There's a lot of techniques that we do to achieve this. I'm totally not knowing where I'm going with this right now.
Matthew, could you please turn to Psalm 4:13?
We'll sing the praises of HTML.
HTML5. Pull out my full-on gangster.